this is a King's topic, and yeah, he wants me to. I'll set him up.
Yeah, set it up, please.
Yes, Starfield, y'all. Starfield. Huge debut, huge numbers coming back. Wins NPD. I gotta stop saying NPD. Circana, right? That's the new.
The worst.
I hate Circana. Mama name him MPD, I'm gonna call him MPD. It's still MPD to me.
It's like Twitter and X to me. It's still Twitter.
Exactly. So shout out to
Twitter X, baby.
shout out to Matt Piscatella from the realm. We've had him in the realm.
Imagine hitting someone up and they're like, "Yo, you got that X subscription?"
Yo, whoa. But yeah, Starfield was the best-selling game of September, instantly becoming the 7th best-selling game of 2023 year to date. Starfield
7th.
Yeah, from the whole year. Starfield for that month.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. Starfield.
Zelda came out, right?
Yeah, Zelda came out.
A lot of games came out this at the time. We're saying that this is the best year in gaming, and this made it to the 7th, and it just came out.
Came out. Yeah, Starfield ranked as the best-selling title of the month across Xbox and PC. PC being its lead sales platform. I want to.
How much it sold on PlayStation?
It did not sell on PlayStation.
And it won't ever sell over there.
This is why we'll never.
This is why. If you wonder why we don't get codes, this could be a factor.
Some of us are trying to be journalists.
Yes,
here,
whereas some of us are trying to be provocateurs.
So y'all are saying they're picking and choosing.
I, for one, not being a journalist, I've accepted our role in the industry at this point.
Thank you.
Yes, it's accepted.
I am a villain.
You created the role. I've accepted it like it fell in your lap. Like you didn't do nothing for it.
You
Like, to deserve it.
I resent that.
So
Please
look,
let Cog finish. Please.
again, just want to go over September's again top 20 games for the month of September. This is based on dollar sales, excludes add-on content. New was Starfield, number 1 from Microsoft. Number 2, Mortal Kombat 1, which was also new. EA Sports FC, formerly known as FIFA. Number 3.
That away.
Number 3. Number 4, Madden. And it's still in football season, y'all. NFL 24. Payday 3. Number 5.
Broken for a month.
Payday 3 was up there.
Its networking was I talked to someone behind the scenes. They said that the reason it worked so well for the Game Pass literally like destroyed their network. Like they didn't expect the amount of people.
Yeah, they didn't expect us to show up because we play games.
Oh no, they showed up. They showed up so much that they would stabilize the network and then
we'll
30 minutes
crash
later,
it again.
Mm.
We play games. Let's go.
Payday 3 was number 5. Number 6, the new to the list and the perennial favorite, usually all the time, NBA 2K24.
Ooh, you said Starfield beat 2K?
Starfield beat 2K. Now, in defense of 2K, digital sales.
They didn't have their V-Bucks up?
They didn't. Digital, the only thing is that's all physical for 2K. No digital sales was included for 2K.
Too bad. You get judged.
Okay. Number 7, which we all reviewed and played, The Crew, Motorfest makes its debut.
I'm glad because I actually felt like that was a drastic improvement from previous.
I didn't think The Crew was going to be big old Starfield, though.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Then number 8, rounding out the, we got Armored Core 6. It was number 8 this month. Number 2.
That game just recently came out, like last month.
Yeah, it was number 2 last month. Look, it's still strong. Hogwarts Legacy at number 9.
Number 1 overall.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that list. Yep, you're right. And it was number 5 last month. And rounding out the top 10 was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the 2022 version. And
wait, so it was no PlayStation games and no Nintendo games in there?
Well,
Nintendo is on there.
Yeah, Nintendo. They not in the top
Mario
10.
Kart.
If we're talking top 10, no.
I'm talking top 10, bro.
Yeah, top 10. No, it's Starfield number 1. Mortal Kombat, EAFC. Yeah, and then I want to round out the
where are you going to be next month when Spider-Man's at the top?
Listen. Let's cross that bridge when we get to it. But I know Spider. I know Spider-Man won't be there. He won't be number 1. But I know who'll still be in the top 10.
So part of me wants to do a bend the knee on this, but
you don't want your knees going. Stop it. You do safe stuff.
You do safe stuff. Oh my God. You do safe stuff.
This is dangerous for you. Stay away.
Yeah, it is a little dangerous. I am shaking a little.
Good.
On my boots.
All right. Good. Final stat, then I'll give it over to King again. Year to date, ending in 2023, and again, top 10 best-selling premium games, dollar sales excluding add-on content for the year now, for the entire year from now to September. Hogwarts Legacy, like Sarv said, number 1. Hogwarts Legacy. Wow. Legend.
Canceled game.
The canceled. Oh yeah, the canceled Hogwarts Legacy. Number 2, Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. But I gotta give the Nintendo base. This does not include digital sales.
Damn.
So there's a strong chance that Zelda Tears of the Kingdom could be number 1. I have to give Zelda they flowers on that. Number 3, Madden already. NFL 24.
You know how
3.
Madden do.
Yeah, Madden. Number 4 for Jez Corden. Diablo 4. Can I get a Diablo 4 pronunciation from Jez Corden?
Everyone hates on Blizzard, right? But everyone secretly plays Blizzard games.
Facts.
Yep.
Where are all my Blizzard fans?
Hey,
Facts.
no, we asked for a Diablo.
Yeah, we did. I need a Diablo.
We asked for that.
We need a Diablo. Yes, there we go.
Yeah, no, you got to say
Diablo.
you have to say beta with it. You have to say beta with it. It's always beta.
Dude, like for the last 37 years, I've been calling it Diablo.
That's right. It sounds refined when you say that. Diablo 4 beta.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Very
I
sexy.
just see that meme where it says,
Please
okay
let Cog finish, please.
Okay, he's ready to cook. Call of Duty. Something's going on. Yeah, something's going on. Call of Duty, another Activision Blizzard game. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the 2022 version, number 5. Rounding out number 6, Star Wars Jedi Survivor at number 6. And new to the list in 1 month for the whole year to date is Starfield, debuting at number 7 in 1 month. Number 8.
Notice how they have the publisher as Microsoft.
Yes,
not Bethesda.
Yeah, because they own now, baby.
Nah. We pay money for you. Sit down.
Pay like she may. And then number 8. Mortal Kombat 1 for the year. So Mortal Kombat still did well, but consider it debuted as well. Number 9, Resident Evil 4 from Capcom. And rounding out, which is very interesting, Sav, MLB The Show 23.
Wait, so there's no PlayStation games there?
How many times do we have to say no?
Wait, this is the second list, buddy.
There is technically a PlayStation game there. Let's not go.
I mean, which one? Which one though? I'm trying to.
The game would not. Yes, MLB The Show is multi-platform.
It's on Switch. It's on Switch, kid.
It is developed by PlayStation.
But
on the list it says publisher multiple video game manufacturer.
Right,
I'm just reading what Matt Piscatella said.
It's not Sony. That's not Sony.
Even though Sony
that's
Studio.
us. It goes in game. That's our first. Listen, that's a first party studio for us.
It is not.
You know what, King?
Yes.
I approve that message.
That was messy.
That's day and date for us.
So, King, this is your topic. I know you've been chomping at the bit. What is your thought?
Starfield has done it, folks.
What is going on?
Starfield has done it. I told y'all. Yo, talking about glitching and moving and Starfield, they don't buy no games. Starfield won't sell. Starfield won't be this. So you tried to sabotage us.
Looks like Prince Planet.
He look like a bootleg gotcha man.
That rocket's still lifted off. That rocket's still with his face. We buy games.
Hold up. The dude that does the fan art, I want King on a rocket with that.
Don't put him on like a rocket, like a witch broom. We're not doing that.
Yo,
that's disrespectful.
I say this. Y'all say that
then
launch.
I want captions with his hands up. Says, "Got him."
I want to see him taking that off though. That's what I want.
That's gonna be interesting.
So you dudes said Game Pass will cannibalize games.
Ooh.
Game Pass will incite people not to buy games. Game Pass is the problem. Microsoft is devaluing their first-party games by putting it over there because nobody's going to buy them. 7th in sales, and it just came out. Number 1 in NPD. Boy, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Now, a lot of you dudes like to say, oh, they won't even nominate Starfield for Game of the Year. First month it came out, bro. NPD. Beat Madden, beat all these dudes. Beat Big 2K. What's up, man? Sales. It sold. What's up, man?
Yeah, that's huge.
What we talking about? We in space or what? Or we going to space or what? What we doing here? What we doing here?
There ain't nothing I can say to top this.
He in his bag. He in his bag.
I'm sick and tired of you guys trying to sit there and poke holes in us, talking about y'all won't do this, and we keep proving every month we will. Yo, Big Starfield is outside, and y'all are terrified. Could you imagine once it gets nominated for Game of the Year? All y'all gonna start crying. Oh, how'd it get nominated with all those bugs? Shut up. Spider-Man got bugs too. Shut up. We're at the point now. We're at the precipice. We're at the changing of the guard.
Oh, look at Shaun. Look at Jez is hating from the side. Diablo better. Ooh, with this face.
Yeah, that's nice. We own them too. They in pocket too.
That was a perfect clapback. That was a perfect clapback. I ain't even go front.
Yo, what's funny is like Jess sitting there trying to get that spirit bomb, and King's like, we own that too. And
yeah, that's right. Diffuse that right there. Put that over there. When that be in Game Pass, it'll probably really do some numbers. Anyway.
Oh my Lord.
Let's go.
We own them too.
I told dudes what Starfield was gonna do. You laughed at me. I am 98% right all the time. Y'all in trouble. This is the time when trouble is happening. Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer has turned into Sith Lord Phil. It's over. Y'all said Starfield wasn't going to do what it's going to do. And I said, I can't wait for NPDs. And they was like, yo, King, are you sure you want to hear that when it comes out? Yo, Matt, you my man. Love you to death.
You about Matt Biscatelli now. Okay, I got you.
I've been about Matt. I've been about Matt. But see, listen, it's going to be a point in time because Microsoft going to own everything soon. It's because y'all talk about y'all's mad at us when they said what they gonna acquire next. We literally was just talking about it earlier. They were saying, well, strategically, we said this is strategically. We should go get Square. Square will burn your life to the ground. All y'all dudes that heard Square was like, no, get Sega, please. please, oh God, no, get Sega, please, because you know if they go get Square, what happens to you next? Y'all are already in disarray. I will
say that if they ever bought Square Enix, it would be really bad for PlayStation really fast.
It'd be curtains. Curtains.
I don't know about curtains.
Curtains. But listen, Spaceman King signing off with #1 in NPDs, #7 in sales. That means it's sold. That means we buy stuff. And don't tell me the PC sold the most because there's PC Game Pass over there too. So they could have just said, nah, I don't even want to buy it. Shut up. There's no excuses for you dudes no more.
Well, for 3 weeks.
Spider-Man better come in. It better beat Mario.
For 3 weeks, King, it was the #1 most sold thing on Xbox, and it was over Madden, all that stuff for like 3 weeks.
And the most played too.
Right. But who thought it would come in #1 in NPD?
No, I didn't think that. I mean, we'll talk. I'll get to my turn, but I got to get Jez. You know what I'm saying? I guess.
Yeah. Go ahead then.
Jez, man, this is
that guy?
Yeah, who's that guy? You know what I'm saying? Lord Jez.
Spaceman King, baby.
I don't even remember drinking this. Poppy liqueur.
So, Lord Jez, what do you make of this Starfield? Winning NPD, or Sakana. 7th. Overall year to date. How do you extrapolate the data? What's your thoughts on this? Because there was a lot of narratives coming in to this about, Game Pass and its effect on titles.
Man,
what are your thoughts?
I can't really follow it from King, man. King's wearing a NASA uniform, bro. So it's kind of like King said it all, man. It destroys the narratives of Game Pass impacting sales, and it dovetails back into what I said earlier, that Microsoft uses Metacritic the industry uses Metacritic as an indicator of what'll do well. What'll do well in Game Pass, what'll do well in retail sales, what'll do well on social media and all that kind of stuff. And Bethesda has a legacy, a fan base that's established dating back decades, man. And I remember when I first started in this business and the blogging business or whatever, and the first event I ever went to was Gamescom 2016, I can't remember off the top of my head. But I met Aaron Greenberg at that show, and he was like, what feedback do you have for us? And I was like, bro, you've gotta lean into nostalgia more, man. You've got to lean into nostalgia more because PlayStation's out here with nostalgia, Nintendo's out here with nostalgia, and you sort of Xbox doesn't really have that sort. Besides like Halo, Age of Empires, Flight Simulator, and to a lesser extent, Gears of War, which is more recent, really. Gears of War is more recent. They don't really have that sort of legacy that some of the studios enjoy, but that's what they've purchased with ZeniMax, and that's what they've purchased with Blizzard, is that sort of legacy, that legacy fan base. People who are sort of our age, we're all getting old. All of us getting old, but we've got a lot of money to spend, more so than a kid or a teenager, or some of us anyway. Like I remember when I was in my early 20s, and I'd be kind of like, shit, should I buy this? Should I buy that? But as you get older, you get raises and you get more money, and people in their 30s and 40s generally have higher purchasing power, at least in Western economies or whatever. So like, it's that kind of that fan base you need to target, and that's kind of what they bought with ZeniMax and Blizzard, right? They bought a legacy, they bought a fan base, they've bought people who are our age with purchasing power potentially, and that is heavily reflected in franchises like Diablo, heavily reflected in franchises like Starfield, because even though Starfield's a new IP, it's still a Bethesda game. Absolutely, at its core, it's a pure as gold Bethesda experience, So, yeah, it's pretty exciting to think, like, what will happen when it's a Bethesda game, but it's not a new IP? What will happen when it's Elder Scrolls? What will happen when it's Fallout 5?
Good point.
It's going to be really exciting to see that blow up, because a lot of normies, they don't know what Starfield is. But tell them like the next Skyrim's coming out, or tell them the next Fallout's coming out, then it's gonna have an even bigger impact. So I think it's exciting for the future of Xbox, particularly when you consider that Elder Scrolls and Fallout 5 will be exclusive to the brand, and it seems to have been reflected in console sales too, right?
Yeah, number 7.
It's exciting, man. It's exciting, but Diablo's still better.
So there's no problem. I mean, I want them to sell too.
No, salute to Jez and what he's saying, and I didn't even think about that. From the
Was they number 1 in their month they came out?
Who, Diablo?
Yeah,
I don't remember. I don't remember the last couple.
Nobody heard.
It doesn't matter, man. It's still better.
What I wanted to say was that I do want to double up on what Jez made a fantastic point in reference to that. This is a new IP from Bethesda, but like you said, that Bethesda legacy, that heritage, it being a Western RPG, and people still showed out. So it really bodes well for the established franchises, right? The Fallouts, the Elder Scrolls, that people will most likely maybe even flock more because they're really familiar with those titles. But I wanted to ask just this before we move on. What do you think about the, obviously we heard about the narrative with the, cannibalizing sales kind of thing, but I wanted to ask you about day and date PC and the PC portion of this. Like, what do you get from that data? With that PC also helped drive this month.
Well, I was actually thinking about this today, like, because I have no life, and I'm constantly thinking about what can I create content out of, and one of the things I was thinking about was like, what would it look like? What would it look like in a world where Starfield was a timed exclusive to Xbox consoles, right? Where they do the PlayStation model, where it's like the game launches best and first on the console, and then it rolls out to PC many years after the fact. And me and Rand talked about this on the show the other day, where it was like we in the context of Final Fantasy 16, where it was like in Final Fantasy 16, it's kind of like if Final Fantasy 16 had launched on PC and Xbox at the same time, I feel like it would have had a much stronger presence on social media. It would have had a much stronger marketing, viral marketing push and word of mouth push. It would have been stronger on Twitch as well, because most Twitch streamers are on PC, right? At the end of the day. But then for Starfield, it's kind of like it's a different model, because Square Enix doesn't care about pushing console sales, but Xbox should care about pushing console sales, because they're being hammered by Sony, and to a lesser extent, and well, not to a lesser extent at all, like Nintendo as well. And even though people have this debate about whether Xbox is in competition with Nintendo, and I'm sorry, but unless you've got like 4 arms, you can't hold 2 controllers at the same time. Either you're playing on a Nintendo system, or you're playing on PlayStation, or you're playing on PC, or playing on Xbox at the same time. There's only so much attention you can give to a specific platform at any one time, right? So of course they're in competition. So it's kind of like, what is the is there sort of like, is there value for Xbox to have made that console exclusive to push console sales? And of course, like the raw monetization suggests that, yeah, it's better on PC because they get the software sales, and the business is selling software. It's not necessarily selling consoles.
Mm-hmm.
But from like looking more further into the future, having more developers in your ecosystem is going to be more sustainable for the Xbox platform. And you know, if a game like Starfield could have drove more Xbox sales, that is potentially harm to the Xbox platform. The fact that that it is simultaneously launching on PC.
Yeah.
That being said, I think there's the real situation is the fact that not everyone can afford a high-end PC, and Starfield's minimum recommended specs were not exactly, should we say, I don't know,
friendly.
Yeah. And then you look at the minimum requirements for Alan Wake. Like my laptop is it's a few years old now. I've got an RTX 2070 Ti in this thing, and I am just within the minimum specs for Alan Wake 2.
Wow.
You know. So like I'm kind of like I need to upgrade my laptop. I spent $3,000 on this goddamn laptop when it launched, you know.
I feel you.
And so now it's like, you know, now I need to consider upgrading my laptop if I want to keep up with the PC gaming sphere, or I can buy a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, which is vastly orders of magnitude cheaper, or even a Series S, you know, because Alan Wake 2 has to run on that as well. Although it'll be interesting to see how, it goes, thing, right? Yeah. So there's arguments for both, right? But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I hear where you're coming from, brother, and I totally hear what you're saying in terms of the bet that they took, and you know the decision as far as people were saying like, how are they going to survive with Starfield not being on a PlayStation platform? So I think it is a significant, you know, deal for them, their analytic teams and the metrics to see how this thing perform. I know Attic jumped away for a little bit, but we'll get solved, you know, once Attic comes back. You know, Starfield being number one, like, did you see this coming? You know, how do you feel about it? You know, where do you sit with Starfield winning NPD?
I mean, kind of knew it was coming, man. Like it's the follow up to Skyrim from Todd Howard. It's gonna sell. It's gonna sell. It's that type of game that people could say what they want to say online. People could say, "Oh, whatever, Game Pass. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to get into subscription service. I don't want this." They gave you all types of options to purchase this game. The game is available on Steam, which is where I played it. Game Pass if you want to wait, and if you don't want to wait, it's still available on Game Pass 5 days early. Just give me $35.
That was the Constellation Edition before people paid for that.
That's huge, and that's going to be huge moving forward for all first party games. Oh, you want early access? Give us $30. Give us $40.
Give them a season pass and give them something. Give them the early access.
There you go, and that money's going to come in that way. But it's It's a new IP from the team that gave you Oblivion, Fallout, and Skyrim. People are gonna buy. I don't know if this metric holds true for other first party stuff coming down the line. Maybe something like if a Fable blows the doors off, you know, or off the house or something like that. But yeah, I just knew. It wasn't anything to me. Yeah, because it's too big. Listen. People can say whatever they want, you know, that the game it's a different type of Todd Howard game, right? It doesn't have the same feeling of a Skyrim, that whole idea of, I look over there, I can go over there, and it's going to be, right? And, you know, I agree with the criticisms about the game in that jumping from planet to planet makes it feel a little more disjointed and not like this entire world, right? I get that, and I agree with it also. At the same time, again, it was... As long as this game was good and it functioned and it wasn't this train wreck and trash fire at launch that people could hold on to, and you know, it was going to do well, because even the people that are online hating were going to get this game because they wanted it to be good. Like, you know what I mean? Like or they wanted it to be bad so bad that they were going to get the game anyway, to try to
purchase the poke holes in it.
Right, exactly. You know, exactly. This is content. And so and the fact of the matter is, like, this is kind of only the start, because I think when it comes to these types of games from Todd's team, these games have a long tail. Like, when you start thinking about what the mod community is going to do with this and what they're going to turn this game into,
that's a fact.
Like, you're going to see this game on this list probably for a while. It'll taper off, then it'll come back. It'll taper off, it'll come back.
Mod community
That is
huge
So
on PC.
you're saying he make generational games?
Yeah, this is a game that you still be talking about if they do the right thing with it, right? Because to me, it's all about the community, right? And if the community that has followed Fallout, Oblivion, and Skyrim, it continues to follow this game, then yeah, it's gonna be there. It's absolutely gonna be there. And we may have a situation where it's like, oh, you're playing Starfield on your refrigerator, on your stove or whatever.
Was those games you mentioned Game of the Year when they came out?
I don't recall. Skyrim, I'm assuming was. I don't. Maybe Fallout 3. I don't remember.
What about Oblivion?
I don't recall.
Oh,
I don't recall.
This guy right here, man.
And now everybody's independent. But all right.
Nah, I mean, we know
I misremember. Okay.
No. Those are the games.
I love Starfield. I love Starfield. It ain't Game of the Year.
It's gonna be Game of the Year this year. We paid the right people.
We paid the right people. Oh my!
The Iron Lords does not endorse this
Yeah,
message.
the rest of the lords do not condone the words, agree all with the words of King David, but it's all good. Those are his opinions.
You want information on your show? You know what you got to do.
All right, fair enough. Continue, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I mean that's it. Like, to me, when you look at how long people have been waiting for the next game from Todd's team, and it's a brand new IP. The curiosity is going to get you, right? Even if you have a disdain for Game Pass and Xbox or whatever, as the moment they offered it on other platforms, you're gonna get this game. So it doesn't really surprise me a whole lot. I expected it, unless the game was a trash fire, and maybe even then, like I said, the content draws people to try to to make videos about negative stuff, right? So even then, it might have sold super well. So I'm not surprised at all.
I'll jump in until Addy gets back. Look, I gotta be real. I ain't expected to win. Not that I wasn't gonna do well. I knew it was gonna do well, but I was thinking top 5, and to me that would have been a victory. Because I'm looking at the competition, and look, I've been watching.
Starfield's not gonna win, man.
No, not Game of the Year. Not Game of the Year. I'm talking about NPD. I knew, Jez, like I was like, in my mind, I'm like, look, it's on Game Pass. Yes, it's exclusive. It's Todd's biggest IP, from the main team in a long time. It's going to do well. It's going to be in that top 3 to 5, right? But I'm looking at the month, and I am a Mortal Kombat guy, and this Mortal Kombat 1 is phenomenal. And Mortal Kombat's, I know it's a fighting game. I heard you, Jez. Look, it's a fighting game. I know. But historically, they've done pretty well for themselves. And I always looked at it as you got that, and then, in America, we're football guys, Madden, but we are not going to disrespect the artist formerly known as FIFA, right? Like we are not.
FIFA.
Well, FIFA. I already mispronounced it. You can tell I'm American.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer. We Adidas. Right? Adidas or Pfeiffer. You go Adidas and
Adidas, man.
Exactly. Excuse my Americanism.
What do you call it?
We say Adidas.
Adidas. You gotta buy some Adidas from the store.
Don't American clown me. But that was funny. But like I'm looking at that, I'm like, that is an absolute beast. And we're still in football season for Madden. Like this is Madden, y'all. Like we're not gonna act like these are not juggernauts. And here's the main indictment to me of how impressive this is. Starfield, all these other games are co-op, multiplayer, microtransaction. Starfield is single-player Western RPG to its core. No transactions. None of that co-op that can boost engagement for free, right?
Tell him.
So the fact that this showed me that there is a desire for the traditional Western RPG. Talk to him. Go ahead.
I just want to say one thing.
Please do.
None of those games launched in Game Pass where you was able to get it for free without purchasing.
So what it showed me, go ahead. What it showed me is people wanted Starfield and they copped. It diffused all these narratives about Game Pass cannibalizing sales, supporting the devs, launching on PC, devaluing your launch. It did not. So we got to give flowers where it is. That's my only thing. It's like, at the end of the day, when this is the thing I will say about bias. You know, when PlayStation does this thing and God of War and bro, we give it up, yo, bro. That is tremendous. What I'm not seeing the love for Starfield or how amazing this accomplishment is, in my opinion. Maybe, I'm in the wrong circles. I'm not on social media enough or whatever. But I will say, and y'all gonna like the poll, is that, an addict might appreciate this. What this showed me, though, in regards to social media, it is an echo chamber. Because the people spoke. The people said, no.
Yeah, the people with the wallets.
The people like Jess, whoever, they said, we are buying Bethesda's game. We're buying Star. We're excited. This is a good game, and we're enjoying it, and we want it. That's what this showed me. That is a huge deal. And here's the other thing about Mortal Kombat, where people are sleeping. Mortal Kombat launched on almost all platforms and was on Switch. So Starfield still had a disadvantage versus Mortal Kombat and in Game Pass.
If you call that Switch port.
All right, we ain't going to talk about the...
but
we ain't going to talk about the...
It did launch on PlayStation. Well, they don't buy games over there.
Right. And the talk was, if Starfield, how is Starfield going to make up for the sales without having PlayStation? That was the talk.
Look at them. They
this
did
is
it
huge.
without you. Without you, baby. We ain't
This
need
is
you.
huge. I gotta give King his flowers on this. This is a huge internal data point for Microsoft to prove their vision. As far as now, the key thing I'm curious, Jez, is Game Pass subscriptions. Did that increase?
Go up
Crazy. The UK, I'm not sure about, also the console stuff and like that. It also showed me what Saul was saying, the Constellation Edition, people are willing to pay early. People on PC willing to pay on Steam. And the last thing I'll say, and this is the thing to me, when people always clown Xbox, they say, remember when Xbox was popping off? They was like, yo, 1 million. Then they were like, 6 million playing Starfield. And let's be honest, a lot of people and pundits rolled their eyes. Yeah, 6 million people played, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And remember, we used to roll our eyes sometimes when they used to say that about Starfield. I mean, about Sea of Thieves. Did you see where Sea of Thieves was on the year date? Did you Sea of Thieves is on the year-to-date sales for the year? A game that people
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Bro, I'm
Where
looking.
is it?
Sea of Thieves is in the top 20 of year-to-date. Hold on one second. That is... I'm sorry. No, excuse me. Actually, no. Let me correct that. Hold on one second. That is no. I'm sorry. I apologize. That is we're looking at September 2023 top 20 best-selling premium game for the month of September. Scott, I could be correct that. Sea of Thieves is in that category. So Sea of Thieves still made this month in top 20, and that's an older game. I think this is impressive, y'all.
That was a broken game at lunch, right?
Well,
it didn't have a Kraken. Kraken didn't have a body, right?
It still doesn't have a body. It wasn't a broken game. It just had. It was anemic. It was content.
But the millions of people love it.
Right. And what I will say is, to Addict's point, Final Fantasy 6, and now we talk about for the whole year, right? Starfield debuting in 1 month is over Final Fantasy 16, over Resident Evil 4, over Street Fighter 6, an amazing Street Fighter.
Did Final Fantasy 16 win NPD that month that they came out?
I don't remember the old MPDs, bro.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't keep up with the.
I know, but I'm gonna find out this information because I got a lot more bars.
No, I feel it. Listen, this is my last bar. I'm moving.
Someone in the chat, look that up for us.
Thank you.
This is the thing, and I tell people all the time when people laugh at Microsoft. I know. Listen, Microsoft needs to be more transparent with the numbers. I'm not saying they are.
No.
Okay, fair enough. So Microsoft needs to be more transparent with their numbers. Subscribe. We're always on them with that. But I remember, Saul, people would always roll their eyes at Microsoft whenever they say, we've got 3 million active users. And people are like, well, what does that mean, right? And then they were popping off with 6 million for Starfield. People are like, well, it doesn't. We shouldn't be popping bottles yet. We need to see. To me, a key metric, what I'm noticing with them, and what I look personally, is daily active users, monthly active users. Go to Xbox Most Played, and Attic will remember these days because we're Destiny guys. And people would clown and say, oh, Destiny, it's a terrible game. But you would look in the top 10 of Xbox Most Played. Look at that category. When I used to see Starfield in the top 2 to top 3 with the likes next to Call of Duty, next to Fortnite, these mega engagement games that mostly are free to play, and a single player game is right there going head to head, that is tremendous. As of right now, it still hasn't fallen out of the top 10. It's like number 6, I believe, most played right now. People are playing this game. This is tremendous. And again, I have to state again, single player, no co-op, no multiplayer, no free-to-play, no microtransactions.
No PlayStation.
You're ridiculous. But
we don't need y'all.